Hey guys, it's Dr. 43 here with another video, and I started a Peppa Pig tournament about 2 weeks ago. Let me explain. So you know those poll things on YouTube where it's like you can choose the answer, and you get them in your YouTube recommended, and it's like the comment section's bad? Anyway, pretty while long ago, my channel became big enough to start using those, so I could post them whenever I want, and I post them a lot. Most of the time I do one like every week. And a lot of YouTubers ask like would you rather questions or whatever, and so like I ask a bunch of them. So anyway, most of them are just a bunch of casual random stuff, and then some of them are about Peppa Pig. And so I had this idea, what if I had like a tournament? So sort of like a March Madness tournament, if any of you guys have done those. It's just a bracket tournament where a bunch of Peppa Pig characters go against each other, and I let my YouTube fans decide who gets to advance to the next round. So here was the first one I asked. I did who is your favorite, and I gave the community either the option of Daddy Pig or Danny Dog. And you can see Danny Dog won by a pretty good percent. So what happened is I got 38 votes. That's 38 people, most likely subscribers, and it popped up in their recommended, and they took a vote at who is the best. So I asked 8 of these questions and then waited a week for them to all get their response. So each of these polls had a week of time to vote, and then I mean they were still up to vote, but I took the screenshot and then I put it in the bracket in between the game, and now there is 8 new players that have advanced to the second rounds. And it keeps going like this in brackets, and then I'm waiting a week after I've finished all of them, and then I have a new whole set until finally we are in the Peppa Pig Championship, and we see who is the winner out of the 16 characters that I felt were like the most common. So anyway, let's get into what happened here. But before we get into that, I just want to show you guys real quick how you can participate in the community polls that I am sending out, so that you can take part in democracy and you can take a vote at who is your favorite Peppa Pig character, so that hopefully they get to advance to the next round. All you have to do is, you see how in this picture that's my channel homepage, and you see how I'm under the tab home and it has some of my uploads. All you guys have to do is from there, instead of being on the home tab, you click on the community page, and you can see, if you scroll down, you can see all the polls I've ever posted. Or not just polls, but you can also make announcements and put images and sneak peeks at videos. So if you want to be part of that, like I said, I post there a lot anyway when I'm not doing a competition like this. So make sure you guys go check it out. And with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so for our first game of the competition, we had Daddy Pig versus Danny Dog, and I was very surprised at the result of this one. So as you can see from the screenshot I took a week after I posted this, you can see Daddy Pig only got 37% and Danny Dog got a whole 63%. Here's the thing I don't get about this. So all the Pig family members did pretty well except for Daddy Pig, and I feel like Danny Dog, he's not even that much of a character, he doesn't show up too much. So I was very surprised with this one. I was pretty sure Daddy Pig was going to make it to the next round, but I guess his tummy's just too fat, So our next one, Emily Elephant versus Freddie Fox. So as you can see, Emily Elephant completely crushed Freddie Fox in the poll. Nice solid 71 right there. So, I'm kind of glad with that, though, because, Freddie Fox, I feel like it's, I kind of, didn't acknowledge that was a Peppa Pig character until I came across him, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that exists. There's nothing, he doesn't really play a part in the story of, anything, so, maybe that was pretty well deserving. Okay, so George Pig versus Grandpa Dog is our next one. And judging by the poll, I'd say you guys liked George Pig a lot more. I feel like Grandpa Dog is kind of a good character. He's kind of a funny character, but yeah, George Pig is he's one of the really big secondary characters aside from Peppa Pig. So yeah, I don't think there was really any chance that Grandpa Dog was going to advance. So this one I thought was really interesting. It was a nice family feud. We had Grandpa Pig versus Granny Pig, the couple that is Peppa Pig's grandparents, and they show up a few times in the series. So let's look at the poll. So Grandpa Pig won pretty big, and I'd say probably the reason is that he shows up a lot more in the series with his boat and with his garden and stuff, and Granny Pig doesn't end up being a whole lot, but I don't know, I'd say, I mean, they're pretty even. They're just sort of both the grandparents. So this one was pretty interesting, but goodbye, Granny Pig. Okay, so kicking off the other side of the bracket, we had Miss Rabbit versus Mummy Pig. This was also a good, like, mom fight, because Miss Rabbit is Rebecca Rabbit's mom. So I thought this was pretty interesting, but Mummy Pig definitely won in the poll, probably because, like I said, she was a member of the pig family. So anyway, moving on. So I had these arranged in alphabetical order, but it's polls like this that make me wonder if maybe some of the more well-known characters should have gone at different times. Because Pedro Pony versus Peppa Pig. Here, just look at the poll and you'll see what I mean. So Peppa Pig completely destroyed Pedro Pony, 81% to 19%. And, you know, that's just kind of absurd. So, and you know what? I wanted Pedro Pony to win, but because, like, I always thought it was a funny name. So, like, he's kind of one of my favorite characters. I also made a whole YTP about how he went, like, insane or something like that. So, yeah. So, I definitely wanted Pedro Pony to advance to at least the second round, but, you know, Peppa Pig was really hard to compete with. And I'd say Peppa Pig is very much probably a very big contender for the championship, given that she is the main character. So nearing the end here, we have the sibling fight of Rebecca Rabbit versus Richard Rabbit. But of course, because Rebecca Rabbit is Peppa Pig's friend, she destroyed Richard Rabbit, even more than Peppa destroyed Pedro or any of the other big ones. This was 87%. That's almost 90% Rebecca Rabbit won by. So that's only like what, like 3 or 4 people that voted for Richard Rabbit in this poll. That's very good. Rebecca Rabbit, geez. So for our last but not least poll, we had Susie Sheep versus Zoe Zebra, both Peppa's friends. Let's get into it. Susie Sheep won by almost 80%, so that's pretty solid. And I guess it makes sense because Susie is widely considered to be Peppa's best friend. But I guess that means Zoe Zebra is going to be left behind. Okay, guys, so that's going to wrap up this video. Our advancers going to the second round are Danny Dog, Emily Elephant, George Pig, Grandpa Pig, Mummy Pig, Peppa Pig, Rebecca Rabbit, and Susie Sheep. I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for me because it helps out the channel a lot. And I will see you guys in another video. Goodbye. Also, make sure you guys check the community tab because right after this video is releasing, I'm going to start doing the polls up again for the second round.